Hi guys, hope you're well. I've just come from an NOF Energy event this morning and it was all to do with how you help UK companies in the NOF membership to expand to new markets, but especially the Middle East. And actually it was a very good event, so thank you to Joanne Lang for actually hosting it. But actually what was a great kind of 2, 3, 4 hours worth of content, some of it was very detailed. I know for LinkedIn obviously it's probably too much, and what I'm going to try and do is distill it down to my own kind of 2, 3 minutes to really help you get the value, but also kind of share some of the contacts and links. So first speaker was a guy called Ed James from a company called Mead. This was like really spot on. It was great market intelligence for what countries, what it's like to do business, the sectors, the tender process, the projects, who are the clients, who are the contractors, and actually it was very impressive. Obviously we work in UAE, in Abu Dhabi, which we're very kind of proud of, but actually to get a feel for other markets was really valuable. In my own opinion, not to paraphrase Ed, but you have Kuwait, quite good, but actually unless you speak Arabic and it's very cost competitive, it's very difficult to break into. Saudi, again, very good, but it's such a big country, apparently the size of Western Europe. Good, but again, as a new starter UK SME export, it might be a difficult one. Oman, so-so. Qatar, not a huge amount of projects going on at the moment, which leaves Dubai very good. A lot of work going on with Expo 2020, new airports, new infrastructure, but not necessarily oil and gas, which kind of leaves, unless I've forgotten anything, Abu Dhabi, which is what we certainly saw as our first market entry to the region. Fantastic projects, very good to do business, very good relationships. If they will allow us, or if NOF Energy allowed to, great document, I'll definitely share it if I can. But if you ever have any questions about you're looking to expand to a new market, give me a shout, I'll definitely answer, or please write in the kind of comments below. The next presenter was a lady who was going to talk about agency and some of the offers there, which I'll kind of touch on. And then actually the final speaker was myself, and I was asked to give a case study as a company who have been through the process. So Nortec, we have just passed $1 million turnover mark in the UAE, which is fantastic for us. And actually to go from a standing start, December 2014 through to now, is a great case study that they asked us to present on. But something that I was very keen to do, I didn't want to just say, look how good we are, we're very great. I hate that. So what I intentionally tried to do was look at how can I add value to the people who've spent the money to actually come to the room to attend, but also add value to share knowledge, experience, links, lessons learned with the group I had 20 minutes. I'm going to try and cut it down to kind of 2. And this is all from memory as well, so I apologise. I'll try and include some graphics to help. So why export? I think it's quite obvious. It's all to do with how you diversify, split your risk. If you can increase your number of clients, your number of sectors and your number of geographies, it puts your business in a great place to grow. Growth is a big thing that obviously people don't do business for fun. So actually when the UK market is quiet, especially in oil and gas, which it is at the moment, it makes perfect sense. If you're going to expand anywhere, where do you go? You go who has the most projects in the world, but also what is the easiest market entry. So Iraq and Iran I didn't touch on before. Iraq has some ISIS issues, and Iran actually is probably my second pick of where we'd look to go next. Fantastic oil reserves, gas reserves. It's a good thing to look at, so Iran is one to watch. But if you're looking at your first step as market entry to start to export, look at Abu Dhabi. I think it's a great place to look at. The first step and the first thing you should do is get in touch with UK Trade and Investment. In North East England, it's a guy called Chris Simpson, and they can really put you in touch with the right people to speak to. When you kind of go on your first market visit, the most important thing to look at is get a feel for the market. Where do you fit? The big thing, which is the most important thing I think companies need to look at, is your business model. You can't simply sell what you sell in the UK in the Middle East, it won't work. You have to almost rebuild from scratch, find out what your niche is, find out what you can do better than everyone else, because don't forget you will be competing, and you are competing against the best, but also the cheapest companies in the world, from China, the Philippines, India. That if you just sell a commodity, you need to find out what's the best way can you add value to that sector. And I know I had some good chats today, but don't just go in thinking that you can sell what you currently sell in that market. Next thing to look at is agency or partnering. So it's how you find a local content company who can help you kind of make the early steps, but almost you either partner with them to offer a joint service, or you have an agent who acts on your behalf to go out and win tenders. So doing BD, doing business development, what I do, that is a massive, crucial part of it. But likewise, if you can do it well enough, what you can do is that you can roll out your registrations across the AdNot group to really kind of help you grow. And on paper, at least, the tenders should start coming through once you get your registration, especially if you score highly. It's definitely a big thing to look at. Once you kind of developed what you're selling, so be it a service business, so Nortec and Derby Nortec, we do EPC contracts, both the engineering house and the PMC, project management control, where we can act on behalf of the client to help manage other contractors. Once you've figured out what you actually you're selling, you then need to look at your visions, your values, the brand. So for us, falconry is a hugely important national sport in the UAE. It's very prestigious, so we chose that as our brand, and you'll see it on some of our kind of imagery. But likewise, really trying to get across that you're credible, you have a good partner, you have good visions, values, that actually, if people don't like you as a company, it doesn't matter how good your piece of kit is, they're not going to buy it. So definitely take the time to show humility, go and speak to people, be quite humble, but that will make or break your approach. Off the top of my head, that was the main thing: partnering, your product or your service, contacts, the big one, get a feel for who's there. But likewise, when you structure your trips, plan everything in advance. If you just turn up, nobody's going to be interested. So you want to make contact with different people as far as in advance as you can. UKTI's OMIS service is a great way to do that. So that is the Overseas Market Introductory Service. It's give or take 1,500 quid, but what they can do and what they will do is the British Embassy will ring your prospective clients on your behalf and set up meetings. And if people get the phone call from Joe Blogs Limited, they're probably not bothered. If they get a phone call from the British Embassy, our two countries go back a long way. That actually does have a lot of weight. So if you're looking to break into a new market, 100% get in touch with the team, and I can give you some contacts if you want to help you do that. Definitely look at it. Contact people. I wanted to give a shout out to Tracy Chandler at Emirates. Emirates do a fantastic service for us to really help us to bring the two countries together. Within the space of a 15-minute taxi ride, then a 7-hour flight, I can be in Dubai this evening. That actually, it makes doing business there so much easier, and we're a big fan, so thank you, Tracy. Anything else? NOF Energy have a whole series of events and visits booked, so definitely get in touch and keep track of what they're doing. I can't think of anything else, but basically, on a very basic level, if you are looking at the UK or to expand from the UK market, if you work in any pretty much energy sector, look at the UAE, look at Abu Dhabi. There's a big growth in petrochemical, so actually some of the downstream products, and a lot of the reason why companies are starting to do this is that they can maintain and retain more of the value in their country. So actually if you have experience in UK upstream oil and gas as we do, but also downstream chemicals, utilities, it's a big sector, it's a big growth sector, so definitely something to look at. Relationships, get in touch with the right agent, go and speak to people, just be nice, go out there, give it a crack, and I promise you won't regret going through the process, but just make sure that if you do it properly. My name's Steve. I would love to hear kind of more of your tips, your advice. What have you found? Did you find that it's terrible, it's good, it's bad? Give me a shout and let me know, and I'd love to kind of hear your thoughts. Thanks a lot. Bye.